Do you feel that you're not visualizing your ideas effectively? Like many other sectors, there are certain do's and don'ts to carefully examine. In order to avoid compromising the outcome, let's look at the 5 visualization errors to improve communication and steer away from deceptive visualizations. I'm Anas, welcome to XAnalytica. If this is the first time on my channel, please make sure to check my other videos and subscribe if you'd like to see similar content in the future. A lot of the time, the effort of spending time researching your audience is undervalued. However, understanding your target audience is essential to producing compelling visualizations and effectively conveying your message and data. Therefore, take a step back or two if necessary and consider the following questions before investing hours on creating charts that you won't be excited to share with your audience. With whom do I want to share my data? What message do I want to convey, and how do I want to do it? In a nutshell, even when dealing with charts and graphs, data and numbers, you always have to focus on the audience you want to share your visualization with by taking in mind to consider context. Lastly, a useful tip would be to show a coworker the data visualization you want to present to the audience and inquire about their thoughts and areas of focus. Sometimes the process of selecting a data visualization can be deceptive, leading to decisions that will make your data-driven story difficult to comprehend. In reality, not every chart or graph can effectively visualize your data. After determining the dataset's size, another factor to take into account is the kind of data that was collected: qualitative, quantitative, continuous, or descriptive data. It will be useful to know the nature of your data so that you may replace some charts with others. Let's now take a look at the most common chart types. A pie chart is useful for displaying data proportion, typically expressed as a percentage. They can be abused, for instance, when evaluating a dimension in absolute values, comparing data between pie charts, or displaying percentage values that fall short of 100% overall. A bar chart is one of the most popular, which aids in the comparison of data categories, such as product sales, but they must be completely avoided when trying to represent a trend. The optimum choice in that situation would be a line chart. The tip is to avoid using 3D graphics and 3D charts. The cause is rather straightforward. Numbers are twisted by a third dimension, which makes comparisons virtually a challenge. Furthermore, 3D adds components to the data visualization that are only distracting and do not enhance its usefulness. In other words, if you want to avoid getting bad feedback, don't use a 3D chart. Bear in mind that every piece of information that you include in your data visualization will require your audience to spend greater mental capacity to review them. In summary, all information needs to be processed to be understood, which takes mental effort. Consequently, the more data that you add on your charts will cause more stress on your audience. Here are some tips to consider. It's okay to add a headline in a visualization, but there's no need to emphasize it with an extra bold font. Instead, opt for a different font weight so that it won't capture all your audience's attention. It would be better to label lines rather than add a legend on top of the visualization, forcing your audience to go back and forth between legend and data. Consider removing them if they don't add informational value to your chart because they can lead to a misleading data visualization. Color may be your greatest ally or conversely your biggest enemy when it comes to data visualization. Although colorful visualizations can be visually striking, including too many unnecessary colors in your charts will defeat the purpose of having colorful graphics that should be impactful. Making charts that are misleading is one of the biggest data visualization errors when making important data-driven decisions. Using the wrong type of chart or graph might increase the risk of misinterpretation. The x-axis in this chart shows a time frame with regular intervals of 1 year from 2010 to 2012 and then represents the year 2013 divided into 4 quarters. If you don't pay attention, you could interpret a slowdown in non-performing loans, while if the year 2013 had been shown as a single time interval, the exact opposite would have emerged. Thank you for watching. Please share in the comments one of the mistakes that you've made while creating a dashboard in the past, and if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see similar content in the future.